Right now, if the power in your house went out and you had to walk down a dark hallway alone, some part of your brain would light up like a warning siren. You'd probably move a little faster, maybe reach for a wall, maybe just not go. And here's the thing, you know there's nothing there. Rationally, you know that. You've walked that hallway 1,000 times in daylight. But your body doesn't care what you know. It reacts anyway. So the question is, why? What actually happened way back that left every single one of us flinching at shadows?
Real quick, if this is the kind of thing that messes with your head a little, go ahead and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Okay, back to the dark. So to understand this, we have to go back, way back, before campfires, before caves, before anything you'd recognize as human. Picture early hominins on the African savanna, a few million years ago. No claws, no fangs, no fur thick enough to matter. Just slow, soft, upright apes with decent brains and terrible night vision. Now picture nightfall. Lions hunt at night. Leopards hunt at night. Hyenas, night. Basically every apex predator on that landscape had one massive advantage after sundown. They could see you, and you could not see them. Researchers studying predator-prey dynamics in early hominin sites have found exactly what you'd expect. Bite marks on ancient bones, consistent with big cats picking off individuals who wandered, who lagged behind, who were caught out after dark. Being afraid of the dark wasn't irrational back then. It was the single most rational thing you could feel.
The individuals who felt nothing, who wandered off casually at night, who weren't bothered by rustling in the black, they didn't get a shot at passing that calmness down. The anxious ones, the jumpy ones, the I don't like this, let's go back ones, they survived. They had kids. And so, generation after generation, we bred ourselves into a species that's just a little bit spooked by the dark, by default, before we've had a single bad experience with it. Which is wild if you think about it. Your fear of the dark isn't a flaw, it's an inheritance. But here's where it gets bigger than just predators were scary.
Here's what makes this actually important. Darkness didn't just hide lions, it hid other humans, rival groups. Once early humans started competing with each other for territory, for food, for mates, nighttime became the window when you were most exposed to threats you couldn't see coming from your own species too. Anthropologists studying small-scale societies have noted that a huge amount of interpersonal violence in early human history happened either at dusk or under cover of night. So the fear wasn't just something might eat me, it became someone might hurt me and I won't see it coming. Two threats stacked on top of each other, both punishing the same behavior, being caught out alone in the dark. And it only gets stranger from here, because this fear didn't just survive, it shaped how humans started living together.
Fast forward, and you get fire. Real controlled use of fire shows up somewhere around 1 million years ago, with strong evidence from sites like Wonderwork Cave in South Africa. And I mean, think about what fire actually did psychologically, not just physically. It wasn't just heat, it wasn't just cooked meat. Fire was the first tool humans ever had that pushed the darkness back. For the first time, night had a boundary. Inside the firelight, safe-ish. Outside the firelight, still the ancient nightmare. That boundary mattered so much that some researchers argue campfires reshaped human social behavior itself. Groups gathering in a circle, facing inward, talking, telling stories, bonding, precisely because everyone was subconsciously huddling against the same old fear, which, honestly, kind of beautiful. Some of the earliest human community, potentially some of the earliest storytelling, may have been a side effect of being scared of the dark together.
Same fear, different response. Instead of just running, we started building light. Now, jump forward again, tens of thousands of years to Upper Paleolithic humans, around 30,000 to 40,000 years ago, painting deep inside caves like Lascaux and Chauvet in France. Caves that are pitch black, hundreds of meters from any entrance, no natural light at all. These artists had to carry fire deep into total darkness on purpose to paint, which tells you something. Even after fire, even after fully modern human brains, the dark was still considered a realm you entered deliberately, carefully, maybe even ritually, not somewhere you casually hung out. Think about that. Tens of thousands of years of separation between you and them. Completely different world, completely different technology. And they still treated the dark the exact same way your body treats it right now, as a threshold. Something we cross with intent, not something you drift into.
And this is going to matter more by the end of this than you'd think, because that ancient wiring never actually left. It just changed costumes. You don't have lions in your hallway, you don't have rival tribes hiding behind your couch, but your amygdala,
The ancient threat detection part of your brain doesn't know that. It's still running software built for the savanna, so it fills in the gaps. A coat on a chair becomes a shape, a creak becomes a footstep. Your brain would honestly rather give you 100 false alarms than miss one real lion. That trade-off made total sense for about 2 million years. It just hasn't updated its settings since. So here's the full picture. It starts with predators who owned the night and picked off anyone careless enough to be caught in it. Then it's other humans, turning darkness into a second layer of danger. Then it's fire, the first real weapon against that fear, accidentally building the very first human communities around it. Then it's people, tens of thousands of years later, still treating the dark as sacred, dangerous territory, carrying flame into caves just to leave a mark. And now it's you, standing in a dark hallway, heart rate ticking up for absolutely no reason your modern brain can point to.
Except there is a reason. It's just 2 million years old. That flicker of unease when the lights go out, that's not you being irrational. That's every single ancestor who made it through the dark whispering the same warning they always did. Kind of wild that something that old is still running the show every single night in your own house. If this got under your skin a little, good. Honestly, that means it worked. Subscribe if you want more of this stuff, and let me know in the comments what you get scared of in the dark. I'll read them. Promise. No monsters involved.